Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Pitch. My name's Jarrod, I'm your host. Sorry we didn't have one last week. I had to, I'm not sure, I forgot to come here, I'm very sorry about that. But I am very excited, I'm going to get to our guest in a second, but as you can see, I am wearing Adelaide United's kit for the 2013-14 Hyundai A-League season, and we are very excited to be announcing the new sponsor. You would have seen it in the press over the past couple of days. Veolia, we'd like to thank them for getting on board, and if you do want to participate in purchasing one of these, you can of course from the club store as we get closer to the season, so all your details on the website of course. But to the pitch. Before I start, I've been told that I ask very long questions. I will keep them short, sharp and succinct. I'm sorry. Let's get into this episode of The Pitch with the assistant coach of your Adelaide United, Pau Marti. Pau, how you going?
Very good. Good.
Shake my hand, because I love you. It's love. We start with love. Okay, so what I'm going to do is ask you a couple of questions that I've come up with, and then we've thrown it out to social media on Twitter and Facebook, just to see what some of the United fans want to hear. So let's test your English. Can you please say, "G'day, Jarrod and viewers of The Pitch"?
Sorry?
Oh no. Wow, this could go downhill. No, I know you can speak really good English. The first question I wanted to ask you, are you the official translator for the Adelaide United Football Club?
In Spanish?
Yes.
You mean, eh? I'm not, but suppose that they find me on one day that I was close to the Spanish guys to make the press conference.
Yep.
And from that day, seems that the people in charge in the club, they asked me to do it. I'm happy to do it.
Do they pay you extra to be the translator?
Of course not.
When you have a look at people's job history, you have a look at their resume and what they've done in previous jobs, I'm fascinated by where you've been in your life, in your coaching career. For people who aren't too sure about it, can you describe the places you have been and have worked?
Mainly in Barcelona, in FC Barcelona, because luckily I was born in Barcelona, so I had more chance, I think, that to work there. And I spent 8 years on the soccer school there with the younger boys, and then after that we moved to Hong Kong. I was there for 2 seasons working in local club Kichi and as well in the national team. So now I'm here, and I don't know how long I will stay.
And talking about Barcelona, are we talking as in the Barcelona, as in Lionel Messi Barcelona?
Yeah, that one.
Wow, okay. I'm sure a lot of people want to know, have you met Messi?
I met him, but obviously he was working with the pro team, and even when he was younger, he was in all the groups. Yep. So it's not my friend.
Okay, so what made you then decide to get into coaching? Because as you were saying, you have this history of coaching and looking after these younger school academies, and then in Hong Kong. You could have chosen to go on the playing path, but why coaching for you?
Of course, if I had to choose, I prefer to play football. But you see, in Spain, it's really hard to play professional. Many people want to play football. And you are at a certain age, you need to decide as well what you want to do. And when I start to study in the university for sports science, I start to work on both sides. And I felt like the coaching path was right for me.
Okay, and what then brings you to Adelaide? How did that all come about?
Well, I feel that we have been working in Barcelona, in Hong Kong as well with Josep.
Yep.
So I've been with him since he was in Barcelona. And the thing that we had got good success in Hong Kong, I think that Adelaide United people came to us, and Josep asked me to follow him, and I did it. That's all.
Do you find that duo combination of having the manager and the assistant, someone in your position, is vital, and it's going to be really beneficial for Adelaide United in this Hyundai A-League season, because you guys have worked together for so long, so you're not afraid to have an argument if you need to, you're not afraid to point out something that Josep may be missing, so you guys work really well together?
I think we understand good each other. We are quite different, but as long as we have a lot of confidence, I think he can work better here.
A lot of the fans have been talking about the particular style of football that we want to see Adelaide play, and what Josep and yourself will bring, and that is a Spanish style of football. For me personally, I've been trying to think about it a lot, and it's quite uncommon here in the A-League that we have a club that plays a style of football. Can you describe briefly what you guys mean by that?
When we say about style, we are not saying about this is the style that we want to play. Everyone can decide which style want to play, and on our side, what we want is to try to keep the ball, try to have long possessions, and try to play beautiful football. So after this, maybe the results will come. But first, we want to make sure that we can try to play this entertaining football.
When you come to a place like Adelaide and you come to the A-League, you're coaching players that you may not have heard anything about. So you're seeing some players for the very first time. Who are some of the players that have stood out for you so far in the few weeks that you've been here that you may have taken a shining to, or some of your favourites?
You want that I say some players?
Yeah.
I won.
Really?
I won. It's totally unfair to say, to talk about one or two players. I think that all of them, they have been working very good. Of course, there is players that this kind of football is not his best style, but we are working on it. And also the other players that maybe feels better on this kind of football can help the other ones to improve. But we just start. And this is not 1 or 2 month time. It's going to be longer to build this.
I went to look at the pre-season game that you guys played a couple of weeks ago when Josep was away, so you were taking care of it at Santos Stadium. It was interesting to watch how the one-touch football was being played. That someone would get the ball and they'd get rid of it straight away. But it's also really good to see a lot of the young guys, some of them getting a fresh start, where a new manager and a new assistant comes to the club. Is it like, forget everything that's happened in the past, now it's time to start again, because you have a fresh set of eyes set on the squad?
We need to look forward, and I don't think we need to forget everything what they did before, because they are good players and they had experience, and all that experience need to be good for the future. But in terms of football, what we try to them is that they believe in what we try to do, and maybe it takes time. And also for the younger players, maybe it's easier because they had not this long experience before. But it's good that they can try and they can try to improve on this way.
Okay, I'll get to the social media questions in a second. One more. I will be interviewing Josep very soon. While he's not here, I can ask you, does he ever get grumpy? And is there something I shouldn't say to him because he's quite intimidating and I'm a bit scared? So do you have any stories or anything you can tell us about him that won't get me in trouble?
I think he can explain you very nice stories. No, don't be scared.
Okay.
I think he's a very good guy, very close, and just don't make him angry. That's all.
Oh, thanks. Okay, let's go to the social media questions with Pau. We've been having a look on Twitter, where you can follow us on Twitter, of course, and also on Facebook. So these are from the Adelaide United fans. First of all, do you play FIFA 13?
No.
Not at all?
I think last FIFA I played was FIFA 95.
All right. So I'm not going to ask how old you are because you just gave that away. Do you have a favourite international club playing in a league around the world? Do you have particular teams that you follow?
Luckily, I was from Barcelona, work in Barcelona. I'm Barcelona member, so I have more than enough following that club.
So do you have tickets to the game which I could have for free?
We can arrange something.
Awesome. Okay, do you see yourself looking to the future as a head coach, or have you found your niche as an assistant? What would you prefer? I
cannot talk about future because you never know. I'm happy with this role, but of course, if you ask me if I like to be a head coach, of course, this is my target.
Has Casio taken you out for a steak yet?
No.
No? Okay.
He knows the place?
Yeah, he knows a great place. He won't pay though, he'll make you pay.
Okay, I will ask him.
This is, I'm going to try and read this, but you can translate it. Has trouble el mio de la cuina catala and Adelaide encara estic tal cosa acqui?
Okay, luckily I read...
You read it before, yeah?
So no, I didn't find Catalan cuisine in Adelaide. Okay. I think it's not any specific place. I know it's some Spanish restaurant here, so we'll try to see. I don't know.
Two more. What has been the biggest challenge with regards to re-educating the boys around the new style? What's been the most difficult thing?
The most difficult is that they believe on this. I mean, this is something that we have to train, and now we start to play good games.
So you need all of the players to buy into what what you're selling, because if they don't give 100%, there's a chance that it may not work.
They don't need to be afraid to make mistakes. They don't need to be afraid about the result.
Yep.
They just keep going and look forward.
Okay, the last question, and we haven't really spoken on the pitch since the announcement of Dario Vidosic leaving. Now, I don't want you to be specific and name players because that's unfair, but the question being asked of where the goals will come from or the playmaking, is that something that you're comfortable to say, you know, the reality of football is we need to say goodbye to Dario, but the players coming in like Zulo, and we've had some new signings, you guys are quite comfortable knowing that goals are going to come from certain players?
Okay, no. Of course, a big loss, but we need to, like I said, look forward. And I think that we have some good players on that positions. Also we had new players coming on the attacking positions as well. And I'm confident that, or we are confident that the players that we have, and now just we signed Lustig as well. So these kind of players that can play on the top can be this job as well.
Okay, Pau, before you go, there is a custom here at the pitch. I'm not sure if you've watched it. We need to hug. Oh, that's what we just hug, like a real hug. Are you happy with that?
A hug? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, let's hug. Thank you, man. Pau Marti, this is your assistant coach for Adelaide United, the Reds. Mate, thank you very much. I love you. Say it back, say I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, thank you. And we'll see you next week because we will be catching up with our new signing, Michael Zulo, so it is going to be very exciting. Keep an eye on the Facebook and Twitter as well. We're only a couple of weeks away until the season starts. It's very exciting. Thanks for watching.